Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Miss Farrah. So today I wanted to talk about the TV show Heartstopper. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen it. If you haven't, why? Where have you been living? I can honestly say that I'm not someone who sits through television shows at all. I'm not really good with really drawn out TV programs with loads of drama. I cannot stand any of that kind of stuff. So when Heartstopper came up on Netflix, I saw that there were only half-an-hour episodes and there was only 8 episodes. So I thought, I can do this, plus it's LGBTQ, so I thought this would be great. And I'd never read the books because there's a collection of books written by Alice Osman, which is what the show was created from. I had no idea about this because I am, of course, in my 40s, so I'm a bit too old to know about these books, or graphic novels, I believe they are. So I had no idea of the story before going into watching the show. And at first I thought maybe I was a bit too old for it because it's set in a school with teenagers. But I quickly realised how wonderful this show is, how sweet it is, how inclusive it is of the LGBT community. And it's just such a lovely show. If you have not seen it yet, I urge you to go and watch it. It's amazing. It's one of those shows, like I'm sure a lot of other people who are my age can agree with me, that it's one of those shows that makes you kind of fall back in love with just remembering how you felt when you were younger, before you came out. I came out as gay when I was younger because I thought I was gay, and then I transitioned a lot later when I was like 20. So, you know, this show is fabulous because it has a lot of layers and it has a lot of LGBTQ representation, which is fabulous. But it just made me remember how I felt back then when I was younger, you know, your first kiss and your first experience with someone of the same sex. And it just made me feel so lovely and wonderful. And also, I'm so happy that we have a show like this for young LGBTQ people, because I had nothing like this when I was younger growing up. So I had no point of reference for me to understand who I was and whether being trans was okay. There was no representation on television, in magazines, anywhere that I could figure out who I was. And you know, there's a lot of talk on the news at the moment of saying there's loads of trans people appearing from nowhere, and it's like, no, the reason it seems like there's more now is because people are well aware of who they are earlier, and so they're acting upon their feelings earlier instead of having them repressed for so many years. And if I'd had the representation of Elle in the show when I was at school, it would have given me so much courage to be able to figure out who I actually was as a trans woman, and then go further with my transition earlier than when I started. I mean, we all wish we'd started our transitions earlier. I mean, I was living as a girl from 18, 19, and then I transitioned properly at 20. But I would have done it a lot earlier. It's just that I had no representation on television or in magazines for me to see myself and go, oh, okay, that's what I am, that's who I am. So you just keep it to yourself because you think, well, no one else is behaving like I am, so it must just be me. It really does feel like that. So having Elle in the show is amazing. Also, the other part about it that I love as well is that, apart from a brief mention at the beginning of the first episode, her being trans is never brought up. She's just, that her personality and who she is what the program is showing you her. It's not constantly about her being trans, it's just the fact that she happens to be trans. And the friendship group is amazing, and there's no drama. I mean, there's drama in the show, but more realistic drama of what you have to deal with at school, with bullying and name calling and that kind of stuff. But there's no over the top drama. Everyone seems to be very articulate in the show and very good at expressing their feelings and talking to each other about their feelings. A lot of other shows tend to focus on all the really negative aspects of being LGBTQ, when there's lots of happiness to be had, and it's not a life sentence. You know, it is a fabulous life. And I think we need to start younger people in the LGBTQ community off with seeing that they can be happy and loved and respected, instead of just making it like, this is how dangerous it is. Because obviously it is dangerous, it can be dangerous, but there's also a lot of amazing things that can happen in your life. And I think showing that in this show is amazing. And I've watched this whole series all the way through 4 times now. I'm sure everyone else who loves it has done the same. I'm sure it's not just me. I've just fallen in love with all of the characters, and I cannot wait for season 2 and 3. And for me to say this, someone who does not watch TV shows, who's not invested in characters like this at all usually, that is a big thing. So I owe all of that to the amazing actors, the show, the writers, Alice Osman for creating the story and bringing it to life on Netflix. It's fabulous. If you've not seen it yet, go to Netflix and check it out. I think it's on Netflix in most countries. So please go check out Heartstopper. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And until the next video, love you lots. See you soon.